Hello, this is Joe with Just Below Average Model Cars, bringing you my latest build, the MPC Shirley Muldowney Mustang Funnycar. It was a challenging kit in some ways. Some parts went together real easy, but we're going to talk about it. So it came out pretty good. The decals, with the exception of two of them, four of them, I guess I should say, laid down very nice. The decals on the side just look beautiful. One thing I found, since I did the passenger side first, there's a little gap between this bottom decal and the top decal. That's because I forgot to trim off the clear decal film, and I remembered on the driver's side, so you can't see the seam very well on the driver's side, but you can see it on the passenger side, but it's minor. Decals are pretty glossy, and they lay down, especially I really like the front and rear, the nose and the tailpiece section. Those decals look fantastic. But the decals on the hood, not so great. They're all the same decal sheet, obviously. It's just the contours of the Mach 1 hood that this has that cause a problem, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's take a closer look at this body. Now, one thing you might notice is that the body maybe sets a little funky on there. That's because I could not get this lined up right with the body and the firewall section here and the chassis to line up. One of the things that you have to watch out for when you're putting the body on is the steering linkage here. And it's very delicate, but I'm not sure if I think I got it in the right spot. But anyways, the firewall fits in, and there's a ledge here that I put it up against and glued it in, and it doesn't seem to line up very well with the body. And if I hook it in here, it won't go all the way down on the body because it'll hit somewhere up here. So maybe it has to go further. I don't know. If you look at the windshield gap, there is just a small gap between the windshield and the firewall area. So maybe that's where you'd have to pull it forward. I'm not sure. I'm not going to display it with the body up. It comes with this frame assembly to display with the body up, but I'm not going to do that because the body looks real good, except for the hood. And these decals I used, oops, jeepers, look at that, I just peeled off a section right there. I use Solvaset, and not Solvaset, I don't have any Solvaset, Microsol and Microset. I used Microset first and Microsol, and I put many applications of it down there, and then I got impatient and I cut slits in it, and it never did lay down very well. And so I guess what I would do if I were to do this again, I would maybe cut the decal along this ridge here and put the top decal on first, and then come in and put this decal on second. See if you get that to lay in there better so it's not attached to the top part. And then, as you might be able to see, my crackly finish on the hood, it's nice and shiny, but I didn't clear coat the rest of this body. I thought it came out pretty good on its own. It is a race car, so most race cars aren't show cars. But since these decals were flaky, as you just saw, I put some Future or Pledge, Revive, whatever it's called, and like it has on some of my other ones, it crackled on me. Still shiny, but it crackled. So, well, you live and learn. I won't be doing that again. So I used, for the body color, I used the dreaded 2X Yellow Ginger, that dreaded Rust-Oleum. Oh my gosh. And it came out pretty good. It took a little bit of sanding, but most of the paint came out really well. And then I used Krylon Shortcuts Chrome for the underside of the body and the firewall. And they came out pretty good. And for the bumpers, I masked the bumpers off and sprayed those with that chrome. Oops, I'll get that right in there. That Krylon Shortcuts Chrome. It's not really a chrome, it's more of a silver, obviously. And I did the same with the rear window. There was no direction on what to do with the rear window. Imagine it might have been painted black on the real car, but I thought the silver looked pretty good. Once I got done masking that off and painting the lines, spraying that, I'm like, that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave it before I screw it up anymore. There are some options for decals for along here, and there's different decals for this, so you will have a few decals left over. But these decals are just beautiful decals. Like I said, the only problem I had was trying to get them over this Mach 1 hood. So there's four decals here. There's one here, here, and then here and here. And you know, it's a 20-footer, I guess, is what you can call it. Now the chassis, I think, came out pretty good. It's a bit challenging to work with. The directions aren't very clear on how to mount this axle on. So when I first put it on, I put it on the wrong spot, and these radius arms wouldn't reach. So fortunately, it wasn't set up yet, so I was able to remove it and put it on so the radius arms fit perfect. The tie rod here is bowed a bit because it fits tight in there. Anyways, the engine is the Chrysler, probably Keith Black Hemi. Just did some detail painting on it, gold oil pan, red scatter shield, silver, aluminum, I think, transmission with the gray blanket on it. I stripped I think this was chrome, so I stripped the chrome off the rear axle pieces and painted it silver. And I painted these the directions called for these sideboards to be painted silver, but looking at some reference material online, they weren't exactly yellow. They had some kind of pattern on them, but yellow was close, so that's what I went with. There's a little bit of detail painting on the racing harness. It's a pretty good looking seat in there. Some of my parts were warped a little bit, so they didn't fit exactly right. They weren't warped like horribly that you couldn't use them, but they required a little bit of finesse to get into place. Looking at the reference photos, the handles, oh, jeepers, see, that's what happens when you handle this stuff. You break it. Just knock that loose. The handles are painted red on the real car, so I painted them red. And I used Rust-Oleum or Krylon chrome paint for the gas tank here, or the fuel tank, as nitromethane is what they used. A little bit of black wash on the wheels. There are disc brake rotors and disc brakes calipers in the back here. I don't know if you can see them. It's a nice little detail. And the engine, I just did this right out of the box. I didn't do any extra detailing. I stripped most of the chrome off the parts. You'll see these spots on the valve covers when I was putting on my wash. I should have clear coated them with acrylic clear coat or something, but I just put the wash on top of the chrome. I used the Krylon chrome for that also. And I got a big spot on one, so I put it on the other side just to make it look even. There are two sets of headers that come with the kit. The headers are molded open, so I didn't have to drill those, so that was a nice touch. So the engine comes out pretty good. It's an early Chrysler Hemi. It's not a 426 Hemi, so you can tell by the distributor or the magneto went back. This blower was chrome, so I stripped that, and looking at the pictures, it was some kind of magnesium looking color, so I painted it, I can't remember, some kind of acrylic zinc or gunmetal or something like that. So this came with lots of extra parts. One, it comes with the driver figure, and it doesn't fit very well. I did paint it. I sprayed it with the chrome. I did some black wash on it, and I painted her helmet pink. It's kind of a color changing pink. I didn't really have a good bright pink to use for her helmet. And the directions call for red stripes down her, but looking at the pictures, she had blue stripes down her fire suit. It's not a bad looking figure, but it just didn't fit very well in there. You might have to modify the handles and everything else in there. Again, like I said, got the stand, I guess, to post the body up if you can get the foot mount on the hinges. The other problem with the hinges is that these are a little flexible, and they need to be out like this in order to snap in those hinges well, and they don't. One side will fit in, the other side won't be, and you back and forth. So I guess the way to fix that would be to get a piece of tubing. If you get everything lined up right, get a piece of tubing that's slightly shorter than this and get it lined up in there, and then maybe kind of place it in there somehow. Directions call for these spoilers, underbody spoilers. They went somewhere under here, but none of the reference photos I saw showed her car with these, so I didn't use them. It's got another tank, gas tank or whatever tank. It fits perfectly between the rails, but this kit didn't call for this. I put it together, but didn't call for it. So it's a pretty nice little thing. Might be able to use it for something else. And then there's this thing. Don't know. There's an extra cap. There's a cap right there, so maybe that's what it's for. So there's two of these, so you could have two caps on this one if you need to use this one. Now these pieces here, I'll show you where they're supposed to go according to the directions. The directions show that they go one on either side, and then you put that in there. So I did that, and it wouldn't fit with the engine. Now, if you look, let's bring this a little closer. Put this down. If you look, there's not enough room to put these pieces in there. They're just too long. I didn't see much point in them after that. Plus, the actual amount of room is this tab right here on the bell housing. So you really only have like 1/16 of an inch for these to fit. Now you could maybe modify them and everything else to get them to fit, but I didn't see the point. So I didn't use them. Comes with the spare front suspension. This one doesn't really have a suspension per se, but this one, the older ones, maybe had this coil spring suspension. This thing, which I'm guessing is an open parachute pack, and this thing, and this thing. Anyways, you get the point. There's some extra parts for these for different versions of this kit, obviously. Here's another set of Zoomy headers. These ones are not molded open, but this obviously this kit came with three different engines. So here's the Boss 429 valve covers. Here's the big block Chevy valve covers. It comes with a spare quick change center section, which has a U-joint on it. Let me get this out of the way so you can look, so you can see. It's got a U-joint. The one that's in there has no U-joint. It just slides. The transmission just slides all the way in on it. And there's wheelie bars that this kit didn't use. These are pretty nice. You might be able to use one on some other kit. And then the wheels that were in the original chrome tree. Not bad looking wheels. Center mount wheels. Like I said, the wheels that are on are these look like Halibrands or something like that. They were on a separate chrome tree from the rest of the chrome pieces, and it had the you know how the newer chrome trees, you got the rounded edges around the outside. That's how this was. And it came in the body. With the body, it came with these. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe one of them's a front spoiler, but it's already got a spoiler molded in on this particular kit. So, obviously, a different version of this kit. So there you have it. It didn't take too long to finish. I mean, a lot of the time was paint drying. As model builders, we spend a lot of time watching paint dry, I think. I don't have myself a dehydrator yet. I'm still looking for an inexpensive, and I mean less than $100 dehydrator that opens from the front like a small oven. And there you have it. I'm not sure that's on there right. Let me see. Oh no, it's hanging up. Seems to like to hang up on that steering like I showed you. So, not a show build. Of course, none of mine are. I do take some to the state fair every now and then. I have had some success at the state fair, but it's not the level of competition that you see at some of these shows I see on YouTube. But I build for fun mostly, and it is nice to take it someplace and get an award for it, a ribbon or something like that. But mostly I like to build it to show them off on this channel and show you some of the pitfalls that you might come with building one of these kits. Some kits fall together, and other kits fight you the whole way, and most kits are somewhere in between. And I'd say build this kit if you've got a little bit of experience building. I wouldn't build it as a first-time kit because it would be frustrating, especially the decals. Decals are easy for me to put on, but I put on lots of decals. First-timer would have trouble with the decals. I did break one of the side decals. I think it's the other side. But for the most part, these decals are really good. Yeah, right here I broke it. Or I pulled a chip out of it is what I did. But I managed to get it back, so it's hard to tell. Other than the hood decals and the vague instructions as far as where the firewall goes, and some of the other parts were a little vague. It's a pretty nice kit, especially for an old 70s MPC kit. The technology nowadays is so much better. Build a new Revell kit or a Tamiya kit or something, and they just fall together practically. And these old kits, they require some finesse. But thanks for watching. I'll put some. We'll see what it looks like outside. No metallics in this paint, so nothing spectacular outside. But I thank you for watching. Thank you for my subscribers, my new subscribers. I know we've gotten a few lately. Hopefully I can live up to your expectations. Hopefully your expectations aren't too high for me. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.